If you drive a car, you probably hear the same ads over and over and don't think anything of it. There's one that's really annoying, so I'll usually flip the station when I hear it. You might even know it. It goes, "Oh, oh, oh, O'Reilly's Auto Parts." I hate it because it's so catchy and it always gets stuck in my head. Anyway, one day it came on and I didn't bother changing the station. I was driving home from work pretty stressed out and pissed off over the long day, so the radio was up loud to drown out my thoughts. Then the damn commercial comes on. "Oh, oh, oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts." But this time at the end, I heard a faint yell that I never heard before. Kind of a yow. But it was so much quieter than the rest of the song. It kind of threw me off. It sounded like it wasn't supposed to be there, even though it was clearly part of the jingle. For some reason, this bothered me, so I actually paid attention the next time the ad came on. "Oh, oh, oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts." And at the end, there it was, the scream. But this time it was louder than the song. It sounded different than I remembered. Kind of like an ah. After I jumped halfway out of my driver's seat, I had a good laugh at myself. I was on the way to a bar to meet my friend Sam for a drink and told her about it. Making some joke about the weird song stuck in my head. I sang it and at the end yelled ah. She looked really startled and asked what the hell was that about. So I explained and she acted like I was crazy. No big deal though. I told her just to listen for it the next time she heard the commercial, and we brushed it off. I had a few drinks, so I grabbed a slice of pizza and a Coke before heading back to my car to go home. As I turned on the car, wouldn't you know, I heard the start of the damn jingle. I had to prove to Sam I was right, so I grabbed my phone and opened up the voice recording app and cranked up the volume. I only caught the end of it on the recording. Parts? Ah. Jesus. That was horrible. How did she never notice this? I put my phone down and went home. The next day, I realized I forgot to text Sam the file. So I opened up Voice Recorder and listened back to the recording. What I heard was so much more horrible than I remembered. The scream. It sounded like a man dying. It sounded desperate. I didn't want to, but I listened again. I couldn't make sense of what was going on, so I deleted the file and tried to just forget about it. I didn't sleep at all that night. I spent the next few days commuting in silence. I tried connecting my phone and tried listening to music that way, but I couldn't shake the uneasiness I felt, so I drove in the quiet. I still had that stupid song stuck in my head, but every time it started, I tried to make my brain stop it or sing something else so I didn't have to get to the end. Auto Parts. The scream. I couldn't remember what the scream sounded like, only that it was horrible. After a week or so of this torture, I did what anyone would do and went to the internet trying to find out who sang this jingle or if anyone else was weirded out by it. I found an old post from a music forum from someone asking if anyone could help them find the singer. The replies were mostly unhelpful. People offering their services if they needed a jingle writer or performer. But there was one comment, hidden below the fold, that was just a link with no comment. The link went to an article about a mysterious death in a recording studio. I tried to contact the user who posted it, but their account had been created the same day they posted, and then was never used again. According to the article, not much was known about the man who was killed, but the police didn't seem to do much to pursue the killer. All I could think of was a man being murdered as he was recording the jingle. But there's no way they'd use that, let alone leave his dying scream in there. Nothing about this made sense. Most of the search results I found were just about the jingle and how catchy it is, which I couldn't stand to even think about. So I had to stop looking into it. Every time I got into my car, the feeling of anxiety was huge. I kept the radio off, but I kept singing the song every time I got into the car. Soon enough, I stopped driving altogether. I started taking the bus, and then I just started staying home. I got fired, obviously. I stopped sleeping. People were worried about me, and I knew I needed to get my shit together. So I took a sleeping pill, and while I was waiting for it to kick in, I decided to take a nice long shower. I got out of the shower and was staring in a foggy mirror trying to think of what to do next. How to get out of this. I was talking to myself, mumbling, singing. I heard my own voice and couldn't stop it. Oh, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. And right behind me, I heard the most horrifying scream. I screamed too.